Well, in the last lesson, we looked at how to find any song and how to put it into a key that you can play in and that suits your voice. And of course, the only key we can play in at the moment is the key of C, but by using the capo, we can raise and lower the pitch of the whole instrument, and so we can access basically any key. Of course, we don't want to get up too high on the fretboard. It starts turning into a ukulele if you do that. But we'll look at some more keys next time. We'll look at the key of G and the key of D. And between those three keys and with the capo somewhere in frets 1, 2, 3 and 4, you can actually play in any key whatsoever. So just to say, there's one thing that I didn't mention last time, and I know that we simplified, talking about simplifying the chords, but some of the songs that you're looking up on Ultimate Guitar, as we showed you, they will have complex chords in them. So it won't just be D, it'll be D, sus4, add 9, flat 5, whatever. There'll be other instructions, chord variations written after the chord. Well, just ignore those, whatever it says, cross it off and just play the chord. Just play the chord of D. Those chord variations are just subtle little tones that you can get. It's rather like, I like to think of it like children painting a picture. They'll use fire engine red and lemon yellow and sky blue, and they paint with primary colours really. But artists don't do that. They paint with tints and shades and mix colours together, and that's what you can do musically as well. So you can get tonal shades, if you like, by playing these chord variations. But we'll look at them all. We'll look at them all at a later stage. For now, just play the basic chord, and that'll do. And don't forget, if you're struggling with anything, finding the songs that you like, or figuring out how to simplify them, get in touch, leave me a message, and I'll advise on an individual basis. Okay, well, for this lesson, I should want to do two things. First of all, I want to carry on with our note learning. This is very important, very empowering, very liberating for any musician who will need to know the notes. And we've made a start on that, but we're going to move on to phase 2. And then the second part of the video, I'm going to do maybe, I think it's about 10 little finger practice riffs, fun to play, good finger exercises. We've done a few of them already. So let's get started with the note learning. And if you followed lesson 7, and if you didn't, I would highly recommend you go and have a look at it just now. Then you'll know that all we need to do is remember the intervals between the notes. So if we start at an A note, and I'll start on the 5th string because that is an A note open there, then it's 2 steps or 2 frets or 2 semitones, 2 notes, however you like to look at it. A to B, just following the alphabet, is only 1 step between B and C. There's 2 steps to D, 2 steps to E, only 1 step to F, 2 to G, and then we're at the end of our musical alphabet, and it's 2 steps back to E again, and then we start again, B, C, D, E, F, and so on. So it just goes round and round, A, B, C, D, F, G. What we have to remember is there's only 1 step or 1 fret between E and F, and 1 step or 1 fret between B and C. All the rest are 2 steps. Now, just to say, if you're finding any of this confusing, it's probably because you haven't followed the course in sequence. You really need to start from lesson 7 and look at how we worked out what the notes are in each string. And then the following lessons, we looked at each individual string, but it just shows that the intervals are the same no matter where you start in this musical alphabet. So I'd highly recommend you check that out. Now you can do that by just, if you don't know how to use YouTube, then you just click on my name and it'll take you to my channel, and then click on videos, and the lessons are all there and they're all numbered. So I'd recommend checking that out. Now we're going to move on to the next stage of note learning, and this is we're going to take an individual note. So let's just start with A, and we're going to figure out where the A is on each of the strings. So we're going to start from the bass string, go up to the top string, the first string, and back down to the bass string again. So the A, if you've been learning the note, then that'll be easy for you on the bass string. You know the A is there. Now the rule is that we play it and we say that's A, and we're not allowed to play the open string. Now this is the A string. We know elephants and donkeys grow big ears. We did all that. So this is the A string, and we're not allowed to play it open. So we have to play it at the 12th fret, which again, if you've been following the lessons, you'll know that's an octave. It's the same note, but an octave higher, as we call it. So that's A. And you've got to figure out where the A is on the D string, and it's there. It's at the 7th fret. You've got to figure out where the A is on the G string, and it's there. The 2nd fret, where's the A on the B string, and it's there. 10th fret, and then the top string is the same as the bass string. So having gone up, we then go back down, play them again, and we say A, 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 and A. Now if you can play all those A notes up to the top string and back down to the bass string, up again and down again, up again and down again 3 times without making a mistake, then again that will start to program itself into your brain. Okay, so time to have a bit of fun with some finger exercises. We're going to do it in the form of little riffs or tunes, make it more interesting. There are a lot of learning skills here, so I'd highly recommend you have a go at them, and we've done several of them before. Now in lesson 9 we did Heard It Through the Grapevine, and we did Smoke on the Water, where we learned about double stopping. In lesson 10 we did Black Horse and the Cherry Tree, where we learned about syncopation, and also Seven Nation Army, simplified of course. Then in lesson 11 we did Satisfaction, and Another One Bites the Dust, where we learned about a right hand technique called sweep picking. This is an important technique we'll be using again. And finally in lesson 14 we looked at A Man Who Sold the World, where we learned about hammering on and pulling off, Eye of the Tiger, which was power chords, and then Ring of Fire. Now you don't have to look through those whole videos if you want to go and practice those tunes. Just go to the description below the video, click on more, and the timings are all there in the description for you, and just find the tune that you want to practice. Okay, well, we're going to do 10 practice riffs today. The first 3 are the Peter Gunn theme from the Blues Brothers, Mission Impossible, and Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. So quite a variety there. Now you'll need to take a screenshot and make a copy, draw it out yourself on a piece of paper. I'm sorry, I'm doing this on an iPad. I don't have the technology to have this on the screen while I'm showing you how to do it on the guitar. So just copy it for yourself. Now if you don't know how to read guitar tab, I would suggest go back to lesson 9. But that's the bass string you're seeing there, and there's all the 6 strings, and the numbers are just the fret numbers. So 0, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 5, 4. Okay, so just to look at the guitar fretboard, and by the way, if you're going to use a pick for this, use a heavy pick, a thick pick. You don't want a thin floppy one. So you can grab hold of the strings, you can use your thumb, your finger, which is what I'm doing, but pick the bass string twice, and then using your first finger at the 2nd fret, and then off again, then using your middle finger at the 3rd fret, then off again, and it's important which fingers you use, and then 5-4, slide up and use your ring finger, and then walk it back down with your middle finger to fret 4. finish, just finish with the open note. Okay, and for Mission Impossible, we're looking at the bass string and the fifth string, 3 3 1 3, 3 3 1 2, and we finish on the third fret of the bass string. Okay, now I should also say, when we're playing riffs, rather than letting a hand just flap about loose as we do when we're strumming, we keep the heel of our hand anchored firmly on the guitar somewhere near the bridge. It's a good place for it to put it, and that way we can get a good grip on the strings. If you try and do it with your hand flopping about, you're never going to be able to hit the right string. Okay, so for the Mission Impossible riff, we're going to use our first finger for the notes that are on the first fret, a ring finger, notes on the third fret, and then our middle finger for the notes that are on the second fret. That makes sense. Okay, so we start off with a ring finger on the third fret of the bass string, twice. Fifth string, first fret, third fret. Back to the first two notes. Then walk it up the bass string, first finger, first fret. Middle finger, second fret. Finish on the third fret of the bass string with the ring finger. Okay, so painted black. Now we're going to the top two strings, the thin two strings now. And the thing to do here is to start just by copying down what's on the second string. 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5, 5, 4, 5, 7. And then there's a little hammer on between 4 and 5, and then a little pull off back to 4 again. And it's in the key of E minor, which is where you want to finish. The other notes on the top string are just all open top string, and they're in between. Okay, so I know I'm going quite fast with all these things, but you know, it's a video, you can run it back and check it out again if you need to. So here we go. So second string, and we want to go 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5, 5 twice, 4, 5, 7, and then we want to go, put your finger on the fourth fret, hammer on, so play the string, get a second note by hammering down, and then pull off. So you get 3 notes for the price of 1 pluck. And now once you've got that, and you will need to practice that a little while, you just put the top string played open in between each of those notes. Okay, so let's move on. We'll have a look at Sunshine of Your Love now. Obviously, this has been simplified a little bit, and you won't be able to play the chords at the end, but just keep a note of it, keep a copy of it until you know those chords, and I'll show you how it should be done. Okay, the best way to do this is to get on the 5th string, use your ring finger at the 7th fret and your first finger at the 5th fret, and just play. Then just walk it down from 7, 6 and 5 using your ring, middle and first fingers on the bass string, and then go to the 3rd fret and play open and 3rd open, and give that a little pull on the 3rd just to give it a bit of attitude if you like. You can also damp this or just let it ring out, whichever you prefer. You see, we talked about damping in some of the early videos. So play that 4 times, and then we just move across a couple of strings, and instead of playing on 6 and 5, we play on 5 and 4. So play this. We do that 4 times, then we move across onto the 4th string. to the bass string again. Now the turnaround chords are going to be beyond you at this level, but there's a B chord, which we can play like that. There's a D chord and an A chord, and it all ends on E and starts again. But I could play the B chord like this. You can play them like a bar chord, and the D like that, the A like that. So I play the A up there if you want, whatever you want to do, and get back into the song again. Alright, so we come to the James Bond theme now. This is really good fun to play, lots of good techniques to learn, sweep picking, but you really will need to copy it down. That first bit, 2 note, 3 note, 4 note, the little introduction bit, then there's the sweep picking bit, which is the main part of the theme. You play that through 3 times, and then you can see there after the 3rd time there's a little end part which is different from the rest of it. So you will need to write all this down to follow it as we go through it a bit at a time. Okay, so we want to be using our first finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and then our middle finger on the 3rd fret, and then our ring finger on the 4th fret, and we just play those notes and play the bass string open between each of them. So 2nd fret, open, 3rd fret, open, 4th fret, open, bass string, back down to the 3rd fret. So 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Now the second part is where the sweep picking comes in, and we play the bass string open, play the 2nd fret, we pluck downwards, then we pluck up, and then down twice, and then take our finger off and play down 3 times. But that 2nd note at the 2nd fret is up, so down, down, up, down, 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 and do the same at the 3rd fret, down, down, up, down, down, and then drop to the 2nd fret, 1, 2, 3 downs. And here it changes. The 3rd time, as you can see, it goes 2, 1, and then we jump to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then the 4th string open, and then the 5th string 2nd fret, 2, open, and 2. Great fun. Anyway, Enter the Sandman. You can't play this on acoustic, but if you've got electric, it's better turn it up, put some grunge on, and let's have a look at that. Okay, well, we start off with an E power chord, so it just means fret the 5th string at the 2nd fret and play the bass 2 strings, bass strings open. The right way to do this is to jump with your 3rd finger to the 5th fret and slide it up to the 7th. Then walk it down, middle finger, bass string 6th fret, 1st finger, bass string 5th fret, and do that 3 times. And then for the last part, we come down to these second and third fret of the bass string. Use your middle finger and your first finger. It's third fret, open, second fret, open, second fret, climb up and down again. So 3, open, 2, open, 2, 3, 2, and then you can play that power chord again because it starts the whole thing again. Now we'll walk this way. The first and third parts are the same, slightly simplified. The second and fourth parts are slightly different, but there's a lot of repetitive patterns in it. The difficulty is we're playing hammer-ons and we've got to get a rhythmic hammer-on. This is the first time we've really been challenged to do that. All right, the difficulty here is getting this hammer-on, because what we're going to do is pluck the fifth string and then hammer our first finger down on the first fret and our middle finger down on the second fret. So we're getting 3 notes for one pick. Okay, so once we've got that, I'm just going to the second fret of the fourth string. And I'm just keeping this finger down so I don't have to move it across. And then we end up on the bass string. Just play the bass string open. So 1, 2, 3, fourth string again, then okay, so the second part goes pretty much the same way to start with the hammer-ons. Well, instead of going straight to the bass string open, we do a little pull off and then finish again on that second fret of the fourth string. Now if that pull off's a bit difficult to do, then you can just do a plain open bass string. The main thing is that we're finishing on the second fret of the fourth string this time instead of the open string. Third part's the same as the first part, and then we go up to and hit that A power chord. So you just bar the first 4 strings at the second fret and hit maybe strings 5 and 4, possibly 3. Don't really need to hit the top strings. And that's where it goes into the tune. So the last part. All right, well, now for something completely different in the Hall of the Mountain King. This is a great little finger exercise. It looks a bit complicated written there, but it's really very repetitive. Part 3 is the same as part 1. So we'll have a look at that. It's great fun to play. And I think the great thing about this song is that this tune is that everybody recognises it. But it's good for keeping your fingers sorted out. We're mainly going to use our first and middle finger, first and second finger if you like, on the bass string open, second fret, third fret, play the fifth string open, first finger on the second fret of the fifth string, middle finger on the third fret of the bass string, and then back to that second fret of the fifth string. And just walk that down a fret. So fifth string, first fret, bass string, second fret, fifth string, first fret, then open fifth string, first fret of the bass string, and repeat the first part of that again. This time finish with your middle finger on the second fret of the fifth string. The third part is just the same as the first part. And then fourth part, we jump across to the fourth string, second fret, open, down to the fifth string, second fret, same finger, then we've got to jump back with our middle finger to the bass string, open fifth string, and finish on the second fret of the fifth string, the first finger. So our first finger's doing most of the work here. And if you want to finish the song, you can play with an E minor chord. It is in the key of E minor. Okay, well, two more songs to do. This one's The Chain, Fleetwood Mac. They used to play this on the beginning of the Formula One Grand Prix programmes on the BBC, but I don't want to go too far into it, just really learn the bass riff. I'll give you an indication of what you do with the lead part, but it's going to be a bit difficult, certainly impossible on acoustic guitar. But we'll come to that later, and I'll give you an idea if you want to have a crack at it. So let's have a look at the chain. Okay, so once again we're going to use our first finger at the second frets and either of the bass two strings, and our middle finger at the third frets of either of the bass two strings. I'm not going to use them all. So open fifth string and then walk it up twice. So second fret, third fret, easy peasy, twice to start with. Back down. Now we jump across to the bass string, third fret with our middle finger. Then open fifth string again. And second fret. And then play the bass string open. After we played that a couple of times, we might want to go on and do a little lead part. So I'll show you that just now. Okay, the first part of the lead section would be to fret the second string at the fifth fret, which is an E note. You know how your notes, and then also play the top string open, which is also an E note. So you're getting kind of double stopping idea. And play that, slide the whole thing up an octave, so that's to the 17th fret. It's really the same E note, it's a very high E, and still the top string is still played open. Then we're using the 15th fret of the top string . I'm going to the 17th fret of the top string. So it shows you there, 17th fret, push it up, bring it back down again, down to the 15th fret, 17th fret of the second string, 15th fret of the top string. Bit complicated. And so finally we come to Iron Man. This is great for practicing slides, and again, of course, it's simplified. It's not at all what he plays. There's no power chords in it, and he plays it all on the bass string and up high. But, you know, this is again to make it approachable for beginners. Now we start at the second fret of the fifth string, and you can just use one finger here if you want. I'm using my middle finger because I find it's the strongest, and slide, so we get the second note without picking. We just slide to the fifth fret, then pick the fifth fret, again slide on the same pick to the 7th fret. And then pick the 7th fret. So that's the first bit. And then we want to jump to the 10th fret and just play once and play 10, 9, 10, 9, 10. So you need a bit of sustain there to do that. And then we go back to the 5th fret and then pick it again and slide to the 7th fret and then pick the 7th fret. Just follow that on the tab. Something like that. And then after we've played that a few times, we need to go to the second part, which is just basically let your fingers do the walking thing again, which is great. Practice. So I'm starting on the 7th fret of the bass string with my ring finger. And I'm going to the 5th fret of the 5th string with my first finger. Then back where I was at the 7th fret and walk it down. Using 3, 2 and 1 fingers. Finish with that and we'll go get back to the riff. Okay friends, well I hope you enjoyed having a mess about with those riffs. There's some serious learning there, some serious finger exercises to do, but it's kind of fun to do it in the context of a tune that you recognise. Don't forget, the timings will all be in the description below. Just click more and then you can go back over the riff that you particularly want to learn. And we'll move on next time. Don't forget to practice your note learning, your A notes. We'll move on next time and we'll learn some more keys. Don't forget also to get in touch if you're having any trouble working out some songs, as we showed you in the last video. And see you next time.